Hi guys, I'm Robby. I'm a security consultant here at Rapid7, and for today's Whiteboard Wednesday, I'm going to talk to you about PSE and me. So what is PSE? PSE's physical social engineering. It's a type of engagements we do where we come in and we test companies' physical security as well as their employees' susceptibility to being coerced into performing actions on the benefit of a malicious actor, i.e. me. So once I see that I have one of these engagements coming up, I like to get a kickoff call with the customer as soon as possible, getting to know what their requirements and what their goals are for this engagement are very key to beginning it. Because after that, I jump right into doing recon. This is what I feel to be the most important portion of the engagement. Getting to know everything that I can about a company, its employees, their facilities, the culture that a company has. That is key to being able to coerce people to do things on my behalf. And it also helps me to decide what kind of background story that a company might agree upon with me that we'll use to try to coerce people, as well as I want to be able to build my props after that, and knowing all this stuff falls into that. So we make company logoed shirts, business cards, IDs. This stuff doesn't have to be very specific. It doesn't have to be right on cue with what the company has. I mean, hashtag, it only has to be good enough. So after I get all of that stuff done, I jump right into preparing my tools for the engagement. I like to use USBs for dead drops. I also use them to plug into people's computers and see if they'll just happen to give me a shell, enable macros. I also have this malicious access point that I use. It helps twofold. One, I get to see if a company can detect the malicious rogue access point. It's also set up to be able to call home to a server that I control on the internet, so I might get shell inside the company by being able to drop that somewhere. I use RFID cloners to clone people's badges, especially security guards. Those people have a lot of access inside of a building. I never leave home without my lock picks. Gotta have those lock picks and my shove it tool. I love this thing. So after all of that's done, I'm prepared. I land on site. I like to make sure that I rent a vehicle that kind of helps to sell the engagement that I'm doing. So I've done an engagement for a bank before where I posed as a telco. They have those giant windows that open out into the parking lot. So I make sure to rent a big white truck. Kind of helps to sell what I'm doing. But after getting the vehicle, I perform some physical reconnaissance on a facility. Having services that provide satellite data is great, but they don't always show you what the fence looks like around a building or where the cameras are at. And sometimes I find when I get on site that I can find a hole underneath the fence and scoot right in. I mean, that changes everything up right there, then and there. So that's going to be it for what I put into doing my physical security social engineering. I'll be seeing you in your office because I broke in and bypassed all your security. So that's it for this week's Whiteboard Wednesday. We'll talk to you next week.